Hi, I'm Johnny, and this is my wife, Maria. We have 4 kids, Stella, Judah, Luke, and Claire. And we have been married for over 10 years now. And we wanted to share a little bit of our story with you guys, our breakthrough, and we hope it will bless you.
So this story is about our daughter, Claire. She's the youngest. She got sick last June of 2022. She was just having random symptoms of having fevers daily. Her lymph nodes were getting inflamed to the point where she had like a stiff neck and she couldn't twist her head very well. It started worrying us because that wasn't our normal. One night, she got so bad that she woke up in the middle of the night, just screaming in pain. Just, my head, don't touch me. She's 2.5 at that point. You're kind of scared, that's not normal response for a child when they're sick. So I rushed her to the ER. They did all the testing on her and we came back home with no answers. And that night I felt like I sensed Jesus' presence come into the room. He sat next to her. I felt his presence hover over her. And I said, Jesus, she's your baby. I'm just giving her to you tonight. Even in the midst of frustration, even anger at times, I just felt like we needed to lean into the discomfort of it all.
It's easy to worship when all is good at home, but when you're worshiping on the stage and your kid is sick at home, it just takes you to another level of trust. It's like I'm opening the door for you guys to grow, to worship me through pain.
We had a chance to go to Florida in end of November. We were able to connect with a local naturopath that dealt with chronic illness. And she was able to test Claire. All of her red blood cells were not even moving, and she didn't have any white blood cells. So her body was not able to fight whatever she was accumulating in her body. They tested her positive for Epstein-Barr virus, which causes your lymph nodes to inflame and have fevers and all the symptoms that she was having. But if you have it chronically, it starts affecting your organs, which is what she started to have. Her organs started slowly shutting down. So we were really worried about her. The testing just shocked us. The naturopath said that her blood looked like the blood of a 7-year-old. We didn't understand it. So we decided to start a protocol that the naturopath put her on, and it was very strict protocol.
We decided to make the experience less traumatic because it was already traumatic as it is for her. So the fact that she would be looking at us, eating things that she could not eat, made us decide to go hardcore. Okay, we're just not gonna eat in front of Claire.
The end of December, beginning of January, we retested her blood, and she was doing a lot better. It was not fully clear, but she was doing so much better. So we decided to go back home. She was doing good, and then all of a sudden, all her symptoms came back. So much work has been put into getting her healthy, and finances and stress, and everybody sacrificed. Everybody, the kids, us. We just pressed in deeper. We started doing communion with the kids and just really declaring and just praying over her. And somehow I got connected with a doctor in Miami, and he, out of the goodness of his heart, just decided to just look at our story and our case, and he looked at all her blood work. He's like, yeah, I took a look at all of her blood, and she does have stuff in her body. But there's one thing he wanted to address, which was more important than anything else. He said, what was the emotional reaction that you had when you found out that you're pregnant with this child? At first I was like, why does this have anything to do with healing? And he said, well, because 99% of the kids that I treat for cancer and any other chronic illness, their mom had a negative reaction to the pregnancy. I got pregnant with Claire when Luke, our son before her, was only 5 months old. I remember when I found out about being pregnant with her, the initial response was fear and worry and how are we going to do this? And so the doctor said that when you have a negative reaction, even though it wasn't intentional, it releases rejection into the child. And the child being in the womb already feels everything. What I recommend, he's a believer, and he said, what I recommend is that you would just come to your daughter and you would start talking to her about all those emotions that you felt when you found out that you're pregnant. So I came up to Claire and I said, hey, Claire, you know that you were in mommy's tummy when you were a little baby? And she's like, yeah, I was in your tummy. It was really cute. So I said, well, mommy was really afraid. Mommy was scared. And mommy just had a lot of those emotions that I just started repenting to her. Then he said, after that, what you do is you put your hand on her and you just release the power of heal. If you release rejection, you now need to release acceptance into your daughter's life. And so when I did that, and we prayed together, we took communion as a family, she hasn't had a symptom since. It was just so amazing that God, even in our weakness, even in our lack, He was able to come through like nothing is beyond Him. He can go back into your past and He can reverse any mistake that was made.
We will never be the same again after what happened to Claire, and we're stronger now as a family. We're stronger personally in our pursuit of the Lord and as a family, and that brought us together, closer together.
I can truly say from the bottom of my heart, this season was so worth it. God uses everything. He doesn't want you to figure it out and then invite Him into it. He wants to be part of the mess. I just encourage you to lean into the discomfort of it all. Lean into the not knowing. Lean into the powerlessness of not being able to fix it and allow Him to be that for you. Surrender all of it to Him because He's able to carry it all. He's able to intervene into any moment. Nothing is too much for Him. Nothing is impossible for Him.